You are watching the #1 podcast in the whole entire YouTube wrestling community, and I'm one of your hosts, Juan.
And I'm your other host, Jean-Paul Leek.
And together we are
Rope Break.
And family, like you saw, the weekend, Jean-Paul. This is already a signature. This is already like something that we do all the time. We give you during the weekend, we give you something special. So we've been thinking about Impact is hot as hell. People are actually loving it. They're actually paying attention. Like the past 3 months have brought a lot of eyes into Impact and their product.
And let me just say, for the even though they might not believe us, we got to say it anyway. You've been a fan of Impact for a long time. I've low key been a fan of Impact. I've been watching it. I've been subscribed to their service to watch the old pay-per-views for the past 4 months now. So, Juan calls me a mark, and I call myself
the biggest mark ever.
So it's legit. And, I mean, they have some legit stuff. So, Impact has always been there. They've just, unfortunately, had bullshit people running it, but now they have a new crop of guys, and the shows are good. So,
So, that's why we decided to kind of give it a little bit more coverage. So, thank you so very much to every single one of you for, checking us out, for giving us an opportunity to be in your houses. We love it because from in your house, NXT TakeOver in your house. No. From Impact in your house, we go to your house. So really good stuff. And before we do something really special for you guys, we actually want to talk about just a brief summary of what happened in on Tuesday show. And that's more build up to what is going to be right there in the top of the overlay, Jean-Paul. Impact Bound for Glory. That's the signature pay-per-view. It's pretty much like their WrestleMania. That's what it is. No Slammiversary, not a Victory Road. No. Their main pay-per-view is Bound for Glory. So, there's the road right there. The heels are already spinning, and we're going to have a really great show. Of course, we're going to be covering. So, Jean-Paul, we had a little bit of, action from, the women's side because, everybody from the house, the Wrestle House is back. So, we got a tag match. We had, Kimberly and Diana Perazzo, our, Knockouts champion, going against Kaylee, going against her, and also Susie. So, that was a really cool, tag match. Susie's a really great wrestler. That's the wife of Rick Swann. But when she performs her character of Susie, she's kind of lost. She sells her story as being dominated. And in this situation by Kimberly and also Diana. But then Kaylee, she's the one that got the tag, and then she kept going at it. This match was, like I said, very entertaining because how Kaylee, she's the one that pretty much tries to give you a handshake. And and then
baby face Bayley.
Yes, baby, yeah, it's even more baby face Bayley than Bayley ever was. But they always, and then she kind of goes to a wrestler mode, and then boom, she changes, she switches it up, and then boom, super kicks, and then stiff moves clotheslines and all of that, and then submission holds. So in the end, they were dominating a little bit. Then the heels got it back, but then Susie channels her Su Yung. And then for some reason you see the glimpses of her kind of going back to Su Yung, and Su Yung starts beating the crap out of Kimberly, and then she did the pile driver, it's a pile driver bomb that she does, and that's her finisher when it's Su Yung, and they got the victory. And then you see that's why Kaylee, let's say Kylie Ray, she's the one that is actually saying for Su Yung, or and then Jean-Paul, when she got the win, right away she transitions. It's kind of like what Alexa Bliss is doing with the Fiend. So that's kind of that's the same thing.
But the way Su Yung does it is so legit, and this was good just because you got Diana Perazzo, the #1 contender. They're kind of just we don't really know what to do with these two until the pay-per-view. So this was just a match to kind of keep the feud, kind of keep it going.
Yes, exactly. Because also we have inner feuds into the Knockouts division because we have really quick. We had Taya Valkyrie going against Kiera Hogan. Kiera Hogan has a lot of bright future, Jean-Paul. This. We love her. She's a great prospect.
She's a good-looking past too.
Oh, it's more than good-looking. It's our eyes are delighted by it. Yeah. Delighted by the presence of Kiera Hogan, and she actually got a win over Taya Valkyrie. So to me, that signifies a lot because she's putting a lot of people over. I don't know if her future is an Impact. Maybe WWE for Taya Valkyrie. So I don't know, Jean-Paul, but Kiera Hogan got a win over the longest Knockouts champion of all time, and that's Taya. So we'll see what happens with La Güera Loca. That's how she goes by also. So we'll see. But Kiera Hogan, she got a win. That's important because also we have an inner feud, Jean-Paul, and this Jordan Grace and Tennille. They're going to be fighting next week. So like they like because Tennille wants a championship opportunity, and then Jordan Grace is like, but you never here, and that's the story that they're selling as Jean Paul. It's like you're never here. Why you want opportunities when you're not even here with us all the time? So we'll see what happens, but this division is good.
Oh yeah, I think that'll be a good match. Like you said, lots of people they try to rival that NXT women's division. I think Impact's one of the big rivals.
I would say like they come really close. To me, it will be maybe NXT, then Impact, then maybe AEW, and then the regular like WWE.
Oh no, to me AEW's women's division is bullshit. But
I mean, like right there for me at least, Hikaru, like Thunder Rosa right now, like added a lot of to me depth because I mean in the women's division right now in WWE is what. Bayley and Sasha is the only good thing because Alexa, Lacey, yeah, sure, whatever. But at least that's my opinion.
Asuka's legit, but
Asuka's. But see, like the one thing is like with the Mickey James, like like the whole thing, like we'll elaborate a little more when it comes to Monday Night Raw. But for now, we're on Impact. So also like Jean Paul, we got like for another time, we got to see our boy Willie Mack, like the version of a little bit of a Kid Lee, Big E, with Woods, Hoods for like AEW, like a little bit of everything right here. He went against with like Jean Paul's boy because if he doesn't have a boy, Jean Paul loves this guy more than me, and that's Brian Myers. So like he actually in this situation he loves Jean Paul. So in this like actually Willie Mack got a win, so actually they're 2-1. So I'm thinking that they're stretching this for another match for like Bound for Glory. So we'll see what happens on that. What do you think on this?
Yeah, I mean they could maybe go for another match maybe next week, and then Brian. I mean now it's like, oh, how many times do we want to see these guys wrestle? But they already booked it so many times. Maybe Brian Myers wins, and then they're like, all right, we're 2 for 2, blah blah blah. Let's settle this, and maybe they do. I know they just did an Iron Man match, but maybe you do some sort of gimmick match.
Yeah,
and then that's the blow off.
No, and then I think
they wrestled. They wrestled so many times. If this wasn't the blow off last week, which I don't think it was, because Brian Myers was bitching all over social media, it's bullshit, blah blah blah. So they're going to continue it, but the end needs to be soon because we see these guys wrestle like all the time.
Yes, and also like we got like Trey Miguel. He's the number 1 contender for the X Division Championship. He beat TJP. That kind of sucks for TJP because you and me know him from WWE. TJ Perkins. Mm-hmm. He's a hell of a wrestler, so I was like rooting a little bit for more like TJP and not Trey Miguel, but like Trey Miguel got the win, so he's going to be challenging Rashid Hood, and like he's going to be challenging maybe for Bound for Glory. So we'll see what happens on that, Jean Paul. I mean, this division is also really good. It has had the best prospect in the professional wrestling. That's why it's one of the best divisions, way better than the cruiserweights in the WWE, at least for me. Maybe here's when like you guys like the Lucha Bros could throttle, like these guys in the X Division, in the X Division per se, it will be really, really good. So that's why we have that. We got a little bit of like the Good Brothers and the Motor City Machine Guns that were in the main event because they were tagging, but everybody knows that like at some point this is going to be like the championship feud. Right there, like you see in this picture with Gallows and Anderson, and then you see Chris Sabin and your boy Alex Shelley. So we'll see what happens on this. But like I think this division is also really, really good. Like a lot of good tag team divisions in all these shows. The only one that actually likes is WWE, at least for me, Jean Paul. Because NXT UK is good, and now these guys from Impact are good.
Yeah, like Impact is like we said. I think they're missing 1 or 2 heavy hitters in the main event, but otherwise Impact is pretty much loaded. They got tag teams. They have good, solid mid card. The X Division is amazing. The X Division, is pretty much to me like also like the mid card. Yeah. And then I wouldn't even be like, oh, that's cruiserweight or that's like pre-show. No, the X Division is legit. Women's is good. Like I said, you just bring in maybe Bobby Roode or somebody, and to me, Impact's a definite competitor.
James Storm is a free agent. We know that. So, like, his contract expires in February, Jean Paul. Mm-hmm. February, that's when the contract expires. So, he's been a free agent. So, we'll see where he ends up landing.
Yeah, maybe we could add another tag team, Beer Money.
Beer Money, that will be legit because, like, we're going to talk about a little bit in just a minute for the Robert family. But let's go to the meat and potatoes, like Jean Paul mentions. Main event time, and that was, like, Rick Swann is back. Rick Swann is back. We know that, like, supposedly his career is, like, quote-unquote, over. He does not have a chance to come back, but he comes back and he starts begging Scott D'Amore. He's, like, the vice president of talent relations. He's the one that makes the matches, the booker. He's Jean Paul pretty much there.
Yeah.
So he's begging him to give him an opportunity for the championship. So, like, the Impact World Heavyweight Championship. And D'Amore is like, no, your career is over. Rick, it's done. There's absolutely no way that I can do that for you. He's like, it's done. He's like, no, I can be ready, for October 24th. I'll be ready. Just give me an opportunity. And Eric Young comes out and he starts attacking Scott D'Amore. You see right there if you see behind, like right there is like Eric Young. He starts attacking him and says like, yeah, just give him the match. Give him the match. I don't care. And then he starts attacking him, and then Rick Swann defends Scott D'Amore. Wait, like even though like he has like he's still the leg is done. You see, like the whole leg is still done, but he defends him. He pretty much goes against Eric Young. He gets the upper hand, and then D'Amore right away gets like into like GM mode. He channels his inner William Regal, and he says, you know what, Eric Young, at Bound for Glory, you're going to be defending your Impact World Heavyweight Championship against none other than Rick Swann. And the match is official right there for you, Jean-Paul. Right there. So, Road Break, you and me have a date on October 24th, 2020, Impact Bound for Glory. This is going to be the championship feud. What do you think? You booked it already. So, there you go. Right there.
We have our main event. And if there's any time that you want to put the title on Rich Swann, do it. But the one thing I'll say is, unless they're going to continue this feud, maybe they're going to stretch it. Maybe they think they can sell the injury angle again, or I don't know what they're going to do. But Eric Young to me is so legit too. Why would you want to take the title off him?
I know.
He just won it. You know what I mean? So it's like it's really tough, and that's why the match is going to be interesting to see, because I want either guy to win for different reasons, but I mean this feud is it's one of the most legit things, I think, because it has that story and each guy sells their role so good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you said you have the whole underdog right here, Jean-Paul.
Yeah.
Eric Young comes back as a complete psychopath, a complete madman that just want to take everybody down. He hates everybody. Yeah. He wants to kill everybody. He wants to retire everybody. It doesn't matter if he's a woman. If
he's like Tommaso Ciampa without the beard.
Yes, pretty much. And to me, more crazier. More with more like edge. Like that. Like Natchez is like like Dean Ambrose turned up to like a 20. Mm-hmm. Like I don't care for anybody rather than myself and the championship. So I'm really looking forward to this. If they do, of course, the babyface comeback, Rick Swann is the obvious choice. But like you said, if they want to keep prolonging this, maybe Eric Young. Maybe, I don't know what they will do. They have like a really good roster also. They have Sami Callihan, Rob Van Dam. I mean, Ken Shamrock might come back. And like I said, the women's division has already like Kaylee Ray, Deanna Purrazzo. Like, it's going to be a good pay-per-view. Moose, Jean-Paul, they had another promo talking about
EC3, everything with that, yeah.
Yeah, so like they have, and like imagine if they bring James Storm.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be the perfect time. You want to just show up? Hey, it's going to be great.
And we already said NWA done.
I know. He's later in Rhino for the tag belt. It could be, hey, imagine that. Good Brothers, Motor City Machine Guns. Hey, like Heath and Rhino. Imagine all of that. All of these tag teams, Ace Austin and Fulton and Madman Fulton, they have all like the depth in this. Is like just, you got to keep watching every single time. And now that they don't have the Wrestle House like segments, because a lot of people hated that. I wasn't a hater. I was like, yeah, it's a little crappy, yeah. But
I like seeing Johnny Swinger.
Yeah, they're like, hey, they call it saying daddy. So it's all good. So, good episode of Impact. I'm really looking forward for what's coming after that. Next Tuesday I will be tuning in, and, Jean-Paul and I will be covering. We don't even cover through video, but we cover through all the social media that you see down there. So we're always paying attention to every single thing that happens on the shows. So don't forget to check that out. So now, Jean-Paul, we're going to actually go to like a treat. We're in the treating mode. We're in the giving mode. It's this fall season. So we're going to try to like, in the spirit of giving, we're going to try to give something different to our audience. So, we'll be with you in just a minute, family. We'll be right back with something absolutely not ever seen before. Family, we're just back, and, we have something really special for you guys. Is actually our, like, choices, like, for the best matches for Bound for Glory, Jean-Paul. And see, this is your choice. This is a triple threat match from Bound for Glory 2008. This is War, and this is Booker T, Christian, and AJ Styles. Look at them, Jean-Paul, fighting for like a future heavyweight championship. Look at this, Jean-Paul.
This match was arguably, I mean, maybe not Booker T, but the way he's moving, though, it's hard to disagree. I was going to say everybody in their prime, especially AJ. Christian, Christian's best matches were in Impact or TNA. Yeah. I don't care who you are, but Booker was also legit. And just
look at that, the end, the Logan.
Spinneroonie. Yeah. But I mean, like, they all sell for each other. They all work good together. Everything looks good. Look at AJ. Look at AJ. Look at that.
Pele kick, like,
Yep, and look at it. Yep.
Yeah, double. See,
That's
like,
what I mean. Yeah, this match was so legit.
double scissors kick right there, like it was like the kill switch or like the I'm pretty and
Yep.
Booker like with a win, like big leg drop. That's our first choice. That's a number 5 spot. But now let's go to like Bound for Glory 2012, and that's the championship match. Is Jeff Hardy going against the Impact champion at that time, and that is Austin Aries. And Paul told me like we have like a lot of time to talk about this bout. I really enjoyed this match. So like right there, Jean Paul, for you, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean Austin Aries. The one thing you want to say about him, he's a piece of shit, but like he's a hell of a wrestler. Like when the bell rings, the guy can wrestle. He can go, and he plays that heel role perfectly. Probably because he's a heel in real life.
Yeah,
that's the problem. But Jeff Hardy, with all his troubles and everything, this was the total redemption story for him, and that's what made this match so legit. And, even with all his screw-ups, like, oh, yeah, the thing with Sting, and, like, it's done. And, just people know his personal life because, like we say, you can't – I mean, look at, Austin Aries. Look at this. Yeah, but, like, everybody knows Hardy's struggles, so they're like, but you still cheer for him. Like, you still love him. You're still like, this guy's badass. You don't know what it is. He is the charismatic enigma.
And still legit Jeff. Look at Jeff. See, like old school Jeff. That's like.
Well, I think Jeff would still do that.
And Austin sells for him.
Yeah. I think Jeff would still do all this if he could.
I know, but like look, flying elbow right there, Randy.
Yep.
I enjoy this. I love it. Look at that. Look at him. And done. Really
yep.
Counter.
Done.
Yeah. And look at Austin. Yeah, like a bad breaker right there. And done. Should be done. But I think that this feud was really good because Austin Aries had got the championship from Bobby Roode. From Bobby Roode, that's where he became champion. And Jeff Hardy, I think you said was the last time that he became world champion on TNA. And
I believe so.
I think it's a really good bout. And see how Jeff looked so good. He moved so fast. He was still the old school Jeff from 08 from No More Words. Look at that powerbomb. Can he do that now? No. And like you said, Austin Aries, Jean Paul, right there. Great wrestler.
Yep, and done.
Right there, yeah, old school Jeff, of course. Yep. Like he has to do like in the balls, done, and like kind of Finn Balor style. I wish Jeff could move like this, dude. But Father Time doesn't forgive anybody, and there you go, Whisper in the Wind, and done. No.
Yeah, that's Jeff. Jeff is another one too. I mean, I wouldn't even say it's an argument. It's almost fact that his best matches are in TNA.
Oh yeah, but like you even said, Kurt Angle too. Look at the suicide dive. That's how you do a suicide dive, and we repeat like he did two. Tope suicida. No, he's a suicide. And done. Yep. No, he's not done. See, and done.
And Jeff's one of those guys, like, when he kicks out all that shit, like, you believe it. You know what I mean? Like, when he sells, you believe that the guy's in pain.
Trying to do the finisher, Jean Paul, because, like, see, Austin Aries and the finisher at that time was the Brainbuster. Yeah, and like in WWE, he used to do the 450 splash. But, like, I used to love the Brainbuster. Like, Austin Aries was really, really good at that time.
Oh,
and he was, like, X Division champion beforehand. And see, a little bit of color. Twist of Fate, Twist of Fate. And look at that. Super Huracanrana. I love that move. See, like those matches, like that's your like TNA.
Oh, this is how you do this is a championship match.
Yeah, like we can believe it, right? Like, look, Brainbuster and done. See, that it should have been done. But like Jean Paul says, like
it's not done.
It's not done. Look at Super Whisper in the Wind. Once again, done. Oh my God!
Now it's done.
The Swanton Bomb and done. Really good stuff, Jean Paul.
Oh yeah, this was so lit. Like I said, how is there anyone there who's not a fan? On this planet who's not a fan of Jeff Hardy?
That's true. Yeah, he won the championship. Let's go to number 3 spot for Knockouts champion. We gotta remember also a good bout, and this is Taya Valkyrie going against Tessa Blanchard. A Tessa Blanchard that doesn't belong to TNA anymore, but regardless of that, nonetheless, she gave us really good matches. This is from Bound for Glory 2018, and this is kind of like the rise for Tessa Blanchard because she was the champion already. But I think this is when she breaks up and is like, well, I've been fighting every single guy of the girls, so now I want to fight guys. Look at that match. And Taya Valkyrie with this, I think that she became in the conversation after Tessa. She can be our champion. Look at that spear, Jean Paul.
Oh yeah, and this is the Taya that I want to see. Like we said, she lost to Kiera Hogan. It's like she's kind of lost, but I mean Tessa is so legit too. But this match, both of these women, and we'll see the finish here in a few minutes. But Taya is so legit, and like she was, she's longest reigning champ, and I want to see. I want to see a return to that. You know.
Yeah, look. But look at Tessa's power. Like I'm really like if they do it,
she's got to show up in WWE.
Yeah, if they do that in NXT, you know, like for a Io Shirai or like a Rhea Ripley.
No, she needs to debut and be. Yeah, she needs to debut, and that's who Rhea Ripley loses to.
Hey, that TKO, remembering Johnny B. Good, the good days of like Mark Miro. So right there, a cutter. They always have to do cutters because it remind me like a freaking old bullshit podcast called the Stone Cutters.
Yep.
Yeah, right there, like Io Shirai, Moonsault.
Yep. She didn't even hit it.
Like channeling Io because Io lately she doesn't know how to like do it.
Now the one thing I will say, I don't know about Tessa challenging men though.
Oh well,
I mean she's legit, but just like the size and everything.
Well,
like Sami Callahan, I was like okay, but
and nope, there, boom. Go to like the turnbuckle, DDT, Jimmy Dan for my dad, Tully, FTR. Oh my God! Boom.
Where's Johnny Mundo?
They didn't help out. See, that's the finish.
There we go.
Right Jean Paul Super Code Breaker.
Yep.
Channeling her Jericho and done. Tessa
legit.
Good match.
Both of these women legit. Even though Tessa's kind of shitty personality, but legit.
Let's talk about this, Jean Paul. Like, this is your choice, your pick. Bound for Glory 2007 winner. There has to be a winner. Christian Cage, and look at our young Samoa Joe. And Matt Morgan is the special enforcer. Look at this. Look at that match, Jean Paul.
Oh my God! Yeah, this Samoa Joe is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Christian Cage is one of our both favorite wrestlers, and this again, Christian Cage is prime. Samoa Joe, so legit, and
DDT right there, yeah.
And then they use, they're using all the ropes, everything, the turnbuckles. And what do you think of the 6-sided ring? I miss it. When I see these old pay-per-views, I miss the 6-sided ring.
Look at Joe. That's corkscrew. Oh God.
Yeah, but he's just like, screw you.
Well, I know
add that.
This gave me a different vibe, It's like I'm watching something different than WWE.
Oh, yeah.
Inside the ring, and I loved it. But see, I never saw these matches live. I was not into this because I was actually.
Look, I'm prettier. Nope, not
prettier. There you go. Yeah. And then look, like the muscle
buster.
Do it now.
Should be done.
And done. Coquina clutch. And done. Samoa
Joe. They booked him like a monster.
And
that's how you book Samoa Joe.
And see, Jean Paul, this is like our number.
Here we go.
One spot from also from the same year, Bound for Glory 2007. Kurt Angle against Sting. So like this is one of like the great matches from Sting, I will say. But like you said, because of Kurt Angle, look at this, how they move and how Sting, despite of the age, he looks really well.
Yeah, Kurt Angle, he said himself, his best matches were here in TNA. And Sting they call him the icon for a reason. I feel like even though he wasn't the best wrestler, he's the one. Describe him right like how I describe Dustin Rhodes. He knows what he can do, and he does it super legit.
Yeah.
He doesn't try to do anything crazy. He knows what he can do, and that's what he does. And also just his look. If he came out there looking like a normal guy, you'd be like, oh, okay. But he just has that look. And look at Kurt Angle.
Oh, yeah.
Still legit.
Look at that. And then, boom. Look at that. Like Kurt Angle right there. Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, Sting is still legit, though. I mean, he's tall. He's he's still built. He's still one of my favorites. So
look at like that comeback. Yeah, like a lot of like a lot of clotheslines and look a beautiful spine buster and then the Stinger splash. To both like the front and the back of the head and then a bulldog. Yeah, good combo right there. But see, Angle comes back.
So legit.
That's classic Angle, and then of course even more classic Angle going with the Germans. 3 of them, right there, and the ankle lock.
The straps are already off, so he's legit.
There's Karen Angle, like, oh yeah, that's when like everything, of course, the screwy finish, Kevin Nash is
right there. WCW booking, here we go.
The main event Mafia, right here. Yeah, right there. We saw the angles.
Look at that. Look at that dive.
Can he do this now? Done.
Angle lock. Nope, done. Kevin Nash had that.
Yeah, Kevin, and then the ref.
Here we go.
Dead drop, and he's not. Oh no,
not done. It should have been done.
Should have been done there. He's so legit. And Angle is like, nope.
Here we go. There.
That. Oh yeah. Boom. And then Kevin Nash, of course. Kevin Nash is not good at all. Let's see, Scorpion dead drop. And so this family just summarizes like this countdown that we have, featuring the best matches that we have for like Bound for Glory, Jean Paul's own, a little bit of me, kind of like hyping us up for what is going to be Bound for Glory 2020 on October 24. So Jean Paul, let me know. Like, did you like this? Like,
This was a lot. This was a lot of fun. You know, the pictures are cool. It's easy, but when we had the videos, we feel like it's more interactive for everybody watching, and we can watch the same thing. And you said, I picked some of these, you picked some of them. We agreed on a couple, but we want to know what you guys think too. Are these some of your favorites? Where you like, that match was the shits. I like this match better. We want to hear it in the comments.
Absolutely. So, family, thank you so very much for like watching this. We give you a little bit of like current TNA and now like, old school TNA. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. So, please, don't forget to like just follow us in the social media world. Jean Paul is going to tell you how to find us. But like, please just give us like, let us know in the comments. Hey, do you like this? What matches do you want us to cover? Maybe do a little bit of picture in picture like we did right now. So, Jean-Paul, remind everybody where they can find us in the social media world, please.
Well, you can follow us on Facebook under Rope Break, Twitter, the OG Rope Break, Instagram, the original Rope Break, and right here for the best podcast, the most innovative podcast that is bringing you something brand new every single week, the original Rope Break.
That's right. And family, you, Jean-Paul, myself, we have a date because Monday Night Raw is going to be, we're going to be reviewing every single thing of the show. They're going to have a tag team match. Featuring Dominic Mysterio, Humberto Carrillo, Seth Rollins, and Buddy Murphy, and also like Cien Almas and Angel Garza to determine the number one contender to the Street Profits, what is going to be Clash of Champions Gold Rush. So Jean Paul and I, of course, will be talking about all of this. So before that, there's one more thing that is left to say, and that is...